Kyle Morgan was working alone in his small mechanic shop, located on a distant space station. The station floated quietly, far away from Earth, at the edge of human-inhabited space. Kyle liked being there. It was peaceful, and he felt safe and content, surrounded by nothing but endless stars and silence. He was fixing an old, rusted spaceship engine when suddenly a loud beeping noise broke the quiet. Kyle jumped, startled by the unexpected sound. He wiped his hands quickly and rushed over to the communication panel. The screen flashed urgently, showing an incoming distress signal. Kyle's heart raced. It was very rare to receive distress signals in this remote part of space. Without hesitating, Kyle activated the comm system to trace the signal. The signal came from a damaged ship drifting a short distance from the station. There was no response. When Kyle tried to communicate, his training kicked in instantly, and he hurried to the hangar to board his small rescue craft. Kyle guided the rescue ship carefully, navigating through floating debris as he approached the damaged spacecraft. He could clearly see scorch marks from laser fire and large tears along its hull. The ship was alien, unlike anything Kyle had seen before. His heart beat faster as he wondered what he might find inside. Docking his rescue ship against the alien vessel, Kyle secured his suit and helmet, then stepped through the connecting airlock. The ship's interior was dimly lit, filled with smoke, and smelled of burned metal. Kyle carefully moved forward, shining a small flashlight into the darkness. After moving through several empty corridors, Kyle found himself in what looked like a control room. There, lying motionless on the floor, was a figure. Kyle froze for a moment, stunned. The being was tall and strong, with blue-gray skin and intricate patterns tattooed across its arms. Even wounded and unconscious, Kyle could sense the powerful presence of the warrior. The alien was clearly injured. Deep cuts and burns marked its body. Kyle took a deep breath, calming his nerves. He had basic medical training and knew he had to act quickly. He knelt down beside the alien and checked for signs of life. Relief flooded through him when he realized the alien was still breathing. Kyle swiftly brought medical supplies from his rescue craft. Gently, he began cleaning and treating the wounds. As he worked, he found himself talking quietly, more to calm himself than the alien. He explained every step aloud, hoping that if the alien woke up, he would understand he meant no harm. Hours passed as Kyle carefully tended to the alien's injuries. Finally, the warrior stirred, groaning softly. Kyle quickly backed away, uncertain how it would react upon waking. Slowly, the alien's eyes opened, revealing a bright, piercing silver gaze that met Kyle's with intense curiosity and wariness. "Don't worry," Kyle said softly, holding his hands out in a peaceful gesture. "You're safe now. I helped fix your wounds." The alien warrior stared at Kyle, clearly trying to understand. It tried to move, winced in pain, and remained still again. "Take it easy," Kyle encouraged. "Your injuries are severe. You need rest." Slowly, cautiously, the alien nodded, seeming to comprehend Kyle's intentions. Kyle felt a wave of relief, understanding now that communication might be possible despite their different species. He relaxed slightly and continued to gently monitor the alien's condition. Over the next few days, Kyle spent nearly every waking moment checking on the alien. Each day, the warrior grew stronger and more alert. They slowly learned to communicate through simple gestures and a few exchanged words in Kyle's language. Kyle learned that the alien's name was Zara, and that she was from a warrior race known as the ZYL Aridat. As Zara recovered, Kyle became increasingly fascinated by her culture and her story. She explained in broken sentences that her ship had been attacked by fierce enemies who hunted her kind. Zara showed deep gratitude for Kyle's kindness, which confused him. To him, helping someone in trouble was simply the right thing to do. One evening, Zara managed to sit upright, looking directly into Kyle's eyes with deep seriousness. She spoke carefully, choosing each word deliberately. "You saved my life," she said slowly. "Now my life belongs to you." Kyle blinked, shocked and unsure he understood correctly. Zara repeated her words, clearly meaning everyone. Kyle smiled gently, shaking his head. I don't think you owe me anything, Zara. Saving you was the right thing to do. But Zara's eyes glowed with determination and honor. Kyle did not yet realize just how seriously Zara took her pledge, nor how deeply his simple act of rescue had forever changed both their lives. Zara stayed on the space station while her body healed. Kyle continued to help her every day. He brought her food, water, and checked her wounds. She healed faster than any human would. In just a few days, she could walk around without help. Zara was strong and serious. She did not smile much. Her voice was calm and deep. She spoke slowly, learning more English each day. Kyle found her interesting. She listened carefully and asked questions about human life. Kyle tried to explain everything in simple words. One morning, while they were sitting in the workshop, Zara looked at Kyle with steady eyes. You saved me. In my people's way, this makes you my bond partner, she said. Kyle blinked. What do you mean by bond partner? Zara answered. Life bond. We are joined. I will protect you. I will share my future with you. We raise young. This is the way of my people. Kyle felt nervous. Zara, I only help because you were hurt. That's what people do when someone is in trouble. It doesn't mean we are together. Zara tilted her head. You risked danger to help me. You healed me. This is more than duty. It is choice. That makes bond. Kyle stood up and paced the room. Maybe in your culture that means something. But in human culture, love and family are different. We date. We get to know each other. We choose slowly. Zara followed him with her eyes. I do not wish to fight. I honor your ways. But in mine, your action has great meaning. Kyle sighed. I'm not angry, Zara. I just don't know what to do with this. You're great, but this is all very sudden. Zara nodded slowly. We have time. I will learn your ways. That night, Kyle sat alone, thinking about everything. He had never expected something like this. An alien warrior now thought they were a family. It sounded crazy, but Zara truly believed it. Kyle could see she was not joking. She had given her word. Over the next few days, Zara began helping around the workshop. She learned how to use human tools. She followed Kyle's instructions carefully. Kyle saw she was very smart and quick to understand. She also fixed a few broken things on her own, using methods Kyle had never seen before. They spent more time together. Kyle told her about Earth, about parks, animals, and food. Zara listened and asked many questions. She told him about her home, planet, about the training warriors went through, and the honor codes they followed. One afternoon, Kyle took her to the small garden on the station roof. It was a place he liked to sit and relax. Zara looked at the plants with wonder. You grow food here? She asked. Some of it, Kyle said, mostly just to make the place feel more alive. Zara gently touched a green leaf. On my world, we do not grow like this. The land is harsh. Only strong things live. Sounds tough, Kyle said. Yes, that is why we train from young age. Weakness brings death. But here, it is peaceful. Kyle looked at her face. For the first time, he saw something soft in her expression. Not weakness, but quiet curiosity. You're not what I expected from a warrior, Kyle said. Zara looked at him. You are not what I expected from a human. They smiled. Later, back in the station, Zara brought a small metal object from her ship. It looked like a pendant. She handed it to Kyle. This is symbol of bond. In my people's law, I give it only once. Now it is yours. Kyle took it slowly. He did not know what to say. The object was warm and smooth. It pulsed faintly with energy. Thank you, he said. Zara stood tall. I do not ask for return now. Only honor. In time, you will know your heart. Kyle looked down at the pendant. He did not understand all of Zara's world, but he felt her sincerity. She believed in her promise. She was not forcing him. She was giving him a choice, but also her respect. As Kyle went to sleep that night, he placed the pendant beside his bed. He still had questions, but one thing was clear. Life had changed the moment he stepped onto that alien ship, and Zara was now a part of it, whether he was ready or not. A few weeks later, Kyle received a message from the nearest human colony. It was time for him to return and report for his regular supply run and station check-in. He knew he could not leave Zara alone. She was stronger now, but the alien ship was still badly damaged, and she had no way to survive alone in space. Kyle asked her if she wanted to come with him. Zara said yes right away. "I stay with you," she said. "Where you go, I go." Kyle prepared his small ship for the journey. Zara helped load supplies and check the ship's systems. She had learned quickly and could understand more of Kyle's language. When they took off, Zara watched the stars through the window in silence. They arrived at the colony after 2 days of space travel. The colony was built on a rocky planet with large gray mountains and wide open land. It was home to about 200 people. Most of them worked in mining or repairs. As soon as they landed, people noticed Zara. Her tall body, strange skin, and quiet strength made her stand out. Many stared, some whispered. Kyle could feel the tension. He stayed close to Zara and spoke calmly to everyone who asked questions. "She's a friend," Kyle told them. "She helped me and now she's part of my crew." Some people accepted it quickly. Others were not so sure. They had never seen a Zalari before. They were afraid. Zara seemed to sense it, but she stayed calm. She kept her head high and walked beside Kyle without fear. They were given a small place to stay. It was not big, but it was clean and quiet. Zara looked at the simple bed and table and nodded. "Good shelter," she said. Kyle tried to show her more about human life. They went to the colony market where people sold food, tools, and clothes. Zara touched everything with great interest. She asked questions about each item. Kyle explained what he could. One day, a young boy ran up to Zara and stared at her with wide eyes. "Are you a soldier?" he asked. Zara looked down at him and nodded. "I was. Now I protect my bond." The boy smiled. "You look strong." "I want to be." "Strong too," Zara smiled. "Just a little. Strength comes from heart and training." Kyle watched and felt proud. Zara was trying. She wanted to learn and to be part of this new world, but not everything was easy. One evening, a man named Eric walked up to them outside a repair shop. He crossed his arms and frowned. "We don't know what she is," he said to Kyle. "She could be dangerous. What if she attacks someone?" Zara stood still, but Kyle could see her tense. "She's not dangerous," Kyle said firmly. "She saved my life. More than once. She's peaceful now." Eric shook his head. "Just be careful. People talk. Not everyone wants her here." Kyle nodded and walked away with Zara. That night, he told her, "Some people here are scared of what they don't know. Give them time." Zara looked thoughtful. "I will not fight them. But if they try to hurt you, I will act." Kyle smiled. "Let's hope it doesn't come to that." In the days that followed, Zara started helping around the colony. She lifted heavy supplies, fixed broken machines, and even helped guard the storage area at night. Slowly, people began to trust her. A woman named Lisa, who ran the medical center, spoke to Kyle one afternoon. "She's strange, yes, but she's kind. She helped me move a power unit no one else could lift. And she asked about healing herbs. Maybe there's more to her than I thought." Kyle nodded. "There is. She's not just a warrior. She's someone who's trying." At night, Kyle and Zara sat outside their shelter, watching the stars. One night, Zara said quietly, "Your people are soft but kind. They fear, but they also hope." Kyle chuckled. "That's a good way to say it." Zara looked at him. I still keep my bond. But I see now, your way is slower. You build trust over time. I will wait. I will learn. Kyle felt a warmth in his chest. He didn't know what the future held, but he knew one thing: Zara was no longer just a guest. She was becoming part of his world. And maybe, just maybe, he was becoming part of hers. 2. One morning, the sky above the colony changed. It turned darker than usual, even though it was daytime. The colony's warning system began to beep loudly. People ran outside, looking up at the sky in fear. Kyle stepped out of his shelter with Zara right behind him. They saw 3 dark ships floating above the mountains. The ships were large and had sharp angles. They looked nothing like human ships. Zara's eyes narrowed. I know these ships. They are hunters, enemies of my people. Kyle felt a chill go down his back. Are they looking for you? Maybe, she said. Or maybe they saw human light and want to take. They do not ask. They only destroy. The colony leaders held a quick meeting in the center building. Kyle and Zara joined. The leader, a man named Oliver, looked nervous. We have no heavy weapons, he said. If they attack, we can't stop them. Zara stepped forward. I can help. I know how they fight. I know how they think. Some people looked unsure, but others nodded. Oliver said, We'll take any help we can get. Zara and Kyle went to the main control room. She studied the colony's weak defense systems and said, We must change this. Move energy to shields. Hide the young. Set traps. Kyle helped her rewire. Systems. Connect backup power. And place signal blockers. Zara taught them to use simple things to create distractions. She placed mirrors in high places and moved empty containers to echo sound. They hunt with eyes and ears, she explained. We confused both. People worked all day and night. Even those who were scared of Zara now followed her orders. She was calm, clear, and fast. Her warrior mind saw things others miss. Kyle watched. Her speak to the guards. She drew maps in the dirt, showing where to stand and when to move. For the first time, he saw just how trained she really was. She wasn't just strong. She was smart. The next day, the enemy ships moved closer. One landed near the edge of the colony. From it came strange figures. They were tall and thin, wearing dark armor. Their faces were hidden by sharp masks. They walked slowly, but with power. Zara stood at the front gate with Kyle and a few others. They want fear, she said. We give none. The enemy leader stepped forward. He spoke in a strange voice. A device on his chest turned his words into human language. This land is ours now. Leave or be destroyed. Oliver tried to reason. We are peaceful. We only wish to live here. The enemy gave no reply. Instead, they raised their weapons. Zara shouted, Now! The traps were set off. Loud noises came from all sides. Light flashed from mirrors. The enemy fighters turned in confusion. Some fell into pits covered by cloth. Others were hit by falling rocks dropped from rooftops. Kyle stayed close to Zara, helping guide the colonists to safety. The guards followed Zara's plan and circled around the enemies. They pushed them back slowly. The enemy fired back, but the colony's weak shields held just long enough. Zara led a group to flank the main ship. They placed energy bombs on its engines. With a loud blast, the ship was damaged and could not fly. The enemy leader saw they were losing. He shouted something in his language, and the rest began to retreat. They ran back to their ships and took off, leaving behind the damaged one. Everyone in the colony cheered. They had survived. Thanks to Zara, they had done the impossible. Later that night, people gathered around the fire. They told the story of the battle, each person sharing how they helped. Many looked at Zara with new respect. Oliver raised a glass. To our protector, to Zara. Without her, we would not be here. Zara nodded, quiet but proud. She sat next to Kyle, watching the flames. You were amazing, Kyle said. I did what I was trained to do, she replied. Still, you saved us. You saved me. Again. She turned to him. We are bond. I protect you. But now I protect all here. They are your people. That makes them mine too. Kyle smiled. He looked at the stars above. A few weeks ago, he had been alone. Now beside him sat a warrior who had become more than a friend. She had become a part of his world, and maybe he had become a part of hers as well. The colony was quiet after the battle. People worked to fix the damage. Some buildings had broken walls and power lines needed repair, but no one was hurt badly. Everyone said the same thing. They were alive because of Zara. Kyle and Zara helped rebuild. They fixed doors, moved heavy things, and shared meals with others. The people who once feared Zara now smiled when they saw her. Children ran up to her and asked her to tell stories. She told short tales of her homeworld, using simple words. One evening, as the sky turned orange, Kyle and Zara walked near the river outside the colony. The air was cool, and birds flew above them. Kyle looked at Zara. You've become part of this place. Zara nodded. It is your home. Now it feels like home to me too. Kyle smiled. People trust you. I think they even like you. I see it in their eyes. It feels good, Zara said. The calm didn't last long. 2 days later, the colony sensors picked up a signal. Another fleet was coming. This one was larger. The enemy who had lost the last fight had called for help. Zara stood in front of the colony leaders. This will be harder, she said. They bring more ships and better weapons. Can we win? Someone asked. Zara looked around the room. Yes, but not alone. We need help. Kyle stepped forward. We can send a message to nearby human stations. Maybe someone will come. Zara nodded. Do it fast. I will prepare our people. Kyle worked all night on the radio. The message was simple. Colony under threat. Need help fast. While he waited for a reply, Zara trained the colonists. She showed them how to hold weapons, where to stand, how to move quietly. People listened. They remembered what had happened. Last time, children and elders were moved to a cave far from the colony. Supplies were hidden. Lights were turned off at night. Everyone worked together. The enemy ships came on the third day. 5 dark ships floated above the land. This time, they fired before landing. Explosions hit the outer walls. People ran for cover. Zara led the defense. She moved fast, giving orders, helping the guards, checking on the wounded. Kyle stayed close to her, using what she had taught him. Fighting lasted for hours. The colony's small guns could not match the enemy's strength. But the traps Zara had planned worked well. Fires burned around the enemy ships. 2 of them were damaged and had to land, just when it seemed the colony could not hold much longer. The sky lit up. 3 human ships arrived. They came fast, shooting at the enemy. The tide of the battle turned. The enemy ships tried to escape, but one was shot down. The others flew away. The colonists and the new human soldiers cheered. The colony had survived again. After the fight, the commander of the human fleet met Zara. He shook her hand and said, You led them well. Without you, we would have found only ruins. Zara nodded. We all fought. Together. Kyle walked beside her as they returned to the shelter. You were amazing again. Zara looked at him. You fought too. You called for help. You kept hope alive. Kyle looked down. I never thought I'd be in a war. I fix ships. I don't lead battles. You led with your heart, Zara said. That is strength. The colony held a gathering the next night. There was food, music, and laughter. People danced and shared stories of the fight. Zara sat quietly beside Kyle, watching the joy around her. They are not warriors, she said softly, but they have spirit. Kyle nodded. They're lucky to have you. I'm lucky too. Zara looked into his eyes. For a long time, they said nothing. Then she spoke. I still hold my bond, but I do not want it only by honor. I want it with choice, with feeling. Kyle reached out and took her hand. Then we take that step together, one day at a time. Zara smiled, a real warm smile, together. The stars above them shine brightly. Peace had come for now, and something deeper had begun between a human and an alien warrior. Something built not just on duty, but on trust, respect, and growing love. After the second battle, the colony slowly returned to normal. People repaired broken buildings and cleared the land. New supplies came from the nearby stations. The colony was safer now, and everyone felt more hopeful. Zara spent her days helping with work and teaching others. She showed the guards better ways to patrol. She helped children learn how to stay safe. She even helped farmers protect their crops from wild animals. Many people came to thank her. Even those who once feared her now spoke with kindness. Zara was no longer seen as an outsider. She was part of the community. One day, Lisa from the medical center said to Kyle, "Zara isn't just a visitor anymore. She belongs here." Kyle smiled. "Yes, she does." Kyle and Zara spent more time together. They shared meals, told stories, and watched the stars at night. Their bond grew stronger each day. One evening, Kyle invited Zara to a quiet spot near the river. They sat on a flat rock as the sun set. The sky turned soft shades of orange and pink. "I've been thinking a lot," Kyle said. "About us." Zara looked at him. "Me too. At first, I didn't understand your bond. It felt too fast, too different. But now, I feel it too. Not because I have to, because I want to." Zara's eyes were calm. "In my world, bonds begin with honor, but they grow with heart. That is what we have now." Kyle nodded. "I want to be with you, really with you." Zara placed her hand over his. "Then we are one, by both honor and choice." They sat in silence for a while, just listening to the river. The moment felt quiet and strong. Later that week, the colony held a festival to celebrate peace. People decorated the center with lights and music. There was food, dancing, and laughter. Kyle and Zara walked through the crowd together. A few people clapped when they saw them. Others offered flowers or small gifts. Someone had even carved a wooden figure of Zara in her battle stance. It stood proudly near the colony hall. Zara looked at it with surprise. "I do not need statue." "It's not about need," Kyle said. "It's about thanks." During the festival, Zara was asked to speak. She stood in front of the crowd. Her voice was steady. "When I came here, I was alone. I had no ship, no people, no purpose. Kyle saved me, not just my body, but my spirit. You all gave me a place, a reason. I am no longer just a warrior. I am part of something new. Thank you." The crowd clapped and cheered. Some people even wiped tears from their eyes. After the festival, Kyle and Zara sat by the fire. He looked at her and said, "I never thought this would happen, but I'm glad." "It did." Zara leaned closer. "I have learned much. Your world is full of feelings, small things, soft things. I used to think they were weak, but now I see they are strong in a different way." "Feelings matter," Kyle said. "They're not always easy, but they're real." "Yes," Zara agreed, "and I have one I want to share." Kyle turned to her. "What is it?" "I want to begin a family. With you." Kyle was quiet for a moment, not because he was afraid, but because he felt the weight of her words. He saw how serious she was, how much it meant to her. He took her hand. "Are you sure?" "Yes," Zara said. "In my world, family is strength. It means trust, love, and future. You are all of that to me." Kyle smiled. "Then let's take that step. Together." Zara nodded, her face soft with emotion. Together. From that day on, they began to plan their life. They talked about building a new home. They spoke with colony leaders about the future. People supported them. They were happy for them. The idea of a human and an alien building a life together was new, but it was no longer strange. It was real. It was possible. It was beautiful. Kyle looked at the stars one night and thought about how everything had changed. He had saved someone once, but now they had saved each other, and soon they would build something even greater, a future, a family, a story no one would forget. Kyle and Zara stood together under the wide sky of the colony. The stars shone brightly above them, and a gentle breeze moved through the trees. They had come a long way since the day Kyle found Zara hurt and alone in space. Now, they were not just two beings from different worlds. They were partners, ready to face the future together. Zara looked at Kyle with a soft smile. "I want us to build a family," she said quietly. Not just for duty or honor, but for love. Kyle's heart warmed. He had learned much about Zara's world and values, but he also knew that love meant accepting each other's differences and making a home where both could grow. They talked about how they would live, the challenges they might face, and the hopes they held. Zara wanted to learn more about human ways, while Kyle was eager to understand the Zalari traditions better. Their friends in the colony had come to respect Zara. They saw her strength and kindness, her courage and gentle care for others. Slowly, fear and suspicion changed into trust and friendship. The days were filled with planning and preparing. Kyle and Zara worked side by side, sharing stories, dreams, and quiet moments. Their bond grew stronger with every passing day. One evening, as the sun set with warm colors, Zara placed her hand in Kyle's. "No matter what comes," she said, "we face it together." Kyle nodded. "Together," he agreed. They knew the road ahead might not always be easy. There would be questions, challenges, and new experiences. But they were ready to build a life, blending two worlds into one. Their love was more than a bond of survival or duty. It was a promise to protect, to learn, and to grow. It was the beginning of a new story, one written by both of them. Under the stars, Kyle and Zara dreamed of the future. Children running through the fields, laughter filling the air, and a home filled with warmth and peace. Together, they would show that two different worlds could come together to create something beautiful. The end of one journey was the start of another, brighter one. A future full of hope, love, and family.